Any of us pilots have dreamt about owning our own runway and living with our aircraft. Well, this guy is building his own airstrip in Alabama and wants you to be his neighbor. So today I've traveled out to Mount Hope, Alabama, which is very, very much northern Alabama. And I kind of Facebook stalk you guys every now and then in case you didn't know about that. So Jonathan, he actually posted some questions, which you often do on social media, about how to do something. And I chimed in very curious because I'm always hunting air parks and runways and communities and stuff like that. And Jonathan actually has a plan for his, well, cropland. So Jonathan, you're a fairly new pilot. I think you told me
I am four years.
4 years into this.
Really low time.
You've already bought an airplane.
I have.
Which is
it's a RANS S20.
Okay. And so you've been flying that for a couple of years. You keep that at the local airport here, and then you're a farmer. You do row crops and so forth. You've got this land, and you're going to give up acreage that you grow corn and turn that into a runway and an airpark. So what made you think pilot, airplane, airpark?
Well, to begin with, like you say, we farm and we're really scattered. We travel a distance of 125 miles or so. So to be able to keep a check on crops that distance, it's an all-day job. Where I can do that very same job in my airplane in a couple hours. Right. So and time is our most valuable commodity. So it really just brings the world closer, and it's helped me a lot with just being able to keep a handle on things. To
be an aircraft owner and pilot. Yeah.
That's right.
So that's the flying side of it. What made you think of, you're building a house, which will show a couple clips of what's going on right now. He's got a beautiful barn dominium that he's building and a hangar already constructed, and then kind of starting to pave the way for a grass runway. So what made you think to get into this aspect of aviation?
There again, time. I will be able to fly a lot more frequent with the plane being in the backyard.
Sure.
And I was going to build a personal strip for me anyway.
Okay.
But
while you're in there. Yeah,
while I'm there, I mean, there's nothing better than to be surrounded with like-minded people.
Absolutely.
That enjoy the same things that you do, and to wake up on a Saturday morning to the sound of airplane engines firing up there. I can't think of anything better.
I like it.
So I'm really excited, and I'm excited about opening up this lifestyle to more people.
Okay. And what's interesting as well is, one, it's a beautiful plot of land. You're surrounded by, you have your own little valley here, but there's also a mountain range to the south, which is actually a state park or forest. Which is that?
It's the Bankhead National Forest.
Bankhead National Forest, which has all kinds of walking trails and like
tons of lots of hiking. There's a lot of history.
Okay.
Going back to the days of the Native Americans. Tons of like bluff shelters.
It's cool things to see.
Yeah, bluff shelters, just lots of different things. You know, it's a destination for a lot of people. Just that within itself.
And then obviously we're out here in the country in farmland, but not a very long drive into town. In each direction, you've got grocery stores and all the amenities that you would have.
10-15 minutes to anything you'd need.
Okay, and then beyond that, again, we're in northern Alabama, and we've got a historical it's like a tri-city, Muscle Shoals and
Florence, Tuscumbia, Sheffield area.
Okay, and that has a lot of history behind it, a lot of nightlife, and it's right on the Tennessee River.
It is.
So there's all kinds of cool things to do there. So you've got boating available and all kinds of outdoor stuff. Yeah,
and Huntsville is about 40 miles to the east.
Okay.
And it's growing really fast as far as NASA's there. Lots of high-tech industries coming into that area, so it's really growing. So you're within driving distance of tons of industry.
Yeah, and then I'm from Florida, so anything that's seasonally that changes is unique to me because we have sunshine, right? But you're northern enough in Alabama that you actually, I assume, get a season change here with. Do you ever see snow or a flurry here, or what does it look like here?
Occasionally, we'll get a dusting, maybe once every 3 or 4 years.
Okay.
And of course, it shuts the whole state down when that happens. You know, it's uncommon, but it does happen occasionally.
But you do get a true like 4 seasons here.
We do. Yeah. We do. We'll start getting into fall in that late September, early October, and you know, our first frost probably 1st of November. Then we move more into the winter months of December, January, February. Okay. Last frost will be, you know, March, into March. So, and then we start going through the typical spring, and then move right on into summer.
Nice, nice. So yeah, anything that has, we lived in Spartanburg for a couple of years, and that truly had 4 seasons. Mm-hmm. Anything that grew, anything had something that blossomed with the flower, and then in the fall, it was just beautiful, beautiful place. Let's go into like the layout of this. You've kind of mapped this out. You share with me like a PDF you've got.
I did.
And you're still in the developmental phase. You're talking to the county about your ideas and plans.
Mm-hmm. Still early in the process.
Still early in the process, but you got this idea. So kind of walk me through in your development here, how many home sites or lots you're thinking for?
We should realistically be able to do 25 or so home spots, home hangar only, just kind of whatever you desire. Okay. It's going to be more of an organic type community, not just the, you know, roads laid out in straight lines. It'll have a real homey feel. There will be plenty of access to the runway, taxiways, and like I say, if somebody did just want to build a hangar, you know, those lots will be available as well. Sure. The dream is, you know, is hangar homes, you know, neighbors with airplanes. That's the dream. So
yeah. And it's a really cool layout where it's like from the road it kind of looks flat, but as you drive through it actually has some rolling topography to it and elevation changes.
It does. And the runway is going to be, you know, 2,700 feet.
Plenty long enough.
Plenty for most single engine. Yeah. And it'll be oriented north to south. So, and with the typical winds, you know, we should be, you know, the runway will be oriented correctly. And
yeah, this is, I believe, it's going to be north-south, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah. Nearly due north-south. So. Okay.
And some of the other things to see here, I saw the Google Maps of this, and I was thinking like the grain bins, and one part of your mind you're thinking like, oh, it's really close to like industry and it's going to be this and that, but seeing it here actually is an additive value. It actually brings more value to it. It looks really cool. Like this is farm country. And it's not like it's an ugly eyesore. It actually adds value to what you've got here. But
yeah, it brings the farm to you.
It brings the farm to you. Yeah. Good explanation of that. But it's storage, so there really is not much going on there.
Typically, a couple of months out of the year is the only real activity around. Yeah. And the rest of the time, it's you know, just a really pretty sight to see, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. And then we'll get a couple different perspectives here on the property, but again, you can see the backdrop of the mountain range to your south, and this is in the summer. Mm-hmm. Obviously, in the winter time, the leaves will fall off the trees, and that view will open up even more. So
it's truly so beautiful. You feel
like you're in a valley. You are in a valley.
Yeah, we're kind of in our own little valley here. Yeah. It's a beautiful place to fly. The scenery is incredible. Very rural. So there are a few neighbors, you know, not very close, but there are a few neighbors. So, you know, it's not like you're in the middle of nowhere, but we are sparsely populated. So sure. You know, a lot of freedom comes with that.
Yeah, and one of the things that you and I talked about, one of the hard things to find in an air park is the freedom to do what you want. And this is a very rural community, and you plan to keep it that way. And I mean that, I say that to say, you are fully welcoming if people want to have a small hobby farm here at their house.
That's whatever you desire is welcome. You know, we welcome it. You know, we're open to it. So
yeah, some of the air parks, although beautiful, have a rule book about as thick as the Bible, and like the people actually live here.
Yeah, that's not the direction we're headed. You know, if you want to build a home, hangar home, just a hangar, And you know, there will be lots available of various sizes. So you know, whatever you desire, you'll be able to do here.
Dynon Avionics at Dynon.com, offering everything from state-of-the-art glass cockpit options to advanced control modules that power and control your entire aircraft. Gratia Aero Group at GratiaAero.com, proudly representing these best-in-class brands for experimental general aviation. Sherwings, BD Aviation, and MW Fly. KFA, Kitplanes for Africa, engineered for adventure and built for the bush is their motto, offering several STOL-kit aircraft options like the Expedition, Safari, Bush Baby, and Explorer. Find them online at kitplanesforafrica.co.za. BravoFox at bravo-fox.com. The US Distributor for Blackshape Aircraft, providing sales, maintenance, spare parts, and repair services, located at the Sheridan Airport in Indiana. Visit us online at ExperimentalAircraftChannel.com for all things DIY aviation. And consider supporting us on our Patreon page to help us bring you more original aviation content. All right, so being this is a community, what are some of your thoughts of helping to develop the community while people are here? What are some of the activities on site here?
There will be some designated community activities areas. You know, if several of the homeowners wanted to get together and, you know, do cookouts or whatever, there will be some areas like that available. I really want to do the typical fly-ins, you know, that type thing.
Open up to the community around.
That's right. You know, there are some local airports within 15 miles or so, so gas is available.
Okay.
At some point, we may try to get gas here if it's possible. You know, that's the ultimate goal.
So what are some of the airports? I mean, obviously you're based at an airport. Other airports that you frequent in the area, what are the airports?
Russellville, M22, it's 15 miles to the west of here.
Okay.
Cortland is about the same distance to the north. Muscle Shoals is kind of to the north and west of us, about the same distance. There's several within about 15 or 20 miles.
Okay.
The Muscle Shoals it's a regional, so there is some commercial traffic in and out of there. Huntsville is it's an international, so it's 40 miles.
And even at your local airports, you said there's some flight instruction available too, in case you need to do your check rides or your.
There is. That's actually where I trained at.
Okay.
Go Vertical Aviation is based there, and they do a really, really good job.
I like that. Go Vertical Aviation.
Yes, sir. They do a great job. They have a team of really, really experienced instructors. The owners, Jason and Emily Evans, are fantastic people. Known the family for years. They're just good people.
Nice. And you are going to have some type of HOA, although that's still in development. You're not a developer. This is something more like a passion.
I'm a farmer.
I mean, this is a passion project for you, right? Is. So you kind of learn as you're going, but there will be some type of HOA just to have some type of baseline rules, then obviously to help with the upkeep of the runway.
That's right. But you know, I don't want to get into that. You know, limiting your structures. That's not the direction we're headed. But there will be some type of covenants laid out just so everybody's kind of on the same page.
Well, that's just a kind of a summary of what you're talking about doing here. It's still in the works. I think you said you're 6 to 9 months out before you would take any money at this point, because you have to get things worked out with the county. Mm-hmm. But it is in motion.
We're moving forward with it. And so, you know, I'd love to, if anybody would like to come and visit, I would be glad to have you. You know, like Brian said, check back in, 6 to 9 months. And, we'll have my email available if anybody would like to get in contact with me. So if you're interested, I'd love to have you come up and check us out. Well,
I'd like to come back, or maybe we can work together. You can capture some of the construction process of the runway.
Yes, sir.
As you develop this, because that's super interesting to me to see. I mean, I know it's dirt work and grass seed and stuff like that, but still, you're building an airport. Mm-hmm. So I'd love to be able to, again, do a follow-up with you as you progress into that.
Yeah, we'll work together along the way and capture as much of it as we can.
Awesome. Well, let's take a break from this. We're going to do another episode together here. His local airport at Russellville is where he keeps his RANS S20, right? So this is the fabric wing before they moved into the S21 version of it, correct?
This plane is kind of a hybrid. They are typically a fabric wing and fabric fuselage. This plane was ordered with the all metal wing. So
okay. You have a mixed match.
It's kind
both.
of a hybrid. That's right.
Nice.
It's a really unique.
Well, no, I really want to see it.
It's a really unique plane. I love it. It's a ton of fun to fly.
All right. Well, we're going to go check that out at his local airport. The RANS S20/S21 hodgepodge of an aircraft at Russellville.
That's right.
Thanks for watching this episode, and a quick shout out to our patrons over on Patreon. And co-pilot status, Zach Newsom, Mike Babcock, Lynn Gardner, Gary Martin, and Michael Smith. Check out our next episode where we interview Jonathan at his RANS S20 aircraft in Alabama.